Welcome to our experimental upside-down course on economic development tools and techniques. I'm Amy Glassmeyer, the co-instructor of the class. My partners are Carl Seidman, instructor in the Department of Urban Studies and Planning, Lee-Chuvala, and Rob Goodspeed, both who are PhD students in the Department of Urban Studies and Planning. This video serves as an introduction to the class and how we will proceed through the 4 weeks of learning covering the basic tools we use in economic development planning and analysis for economic development analysis and planning. Wherever you are, these tools are of potential value to you. They are simple and easy to use, and they also are conventional and used in practice all the time. When we flip a class, what that means is we put the exercise or lab activities first, and then we discuss the meaning and interpretation second. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of help in the class. There'll be 2 and sometimes 4 of us there at all times to answer questions. To begin, students will select a county they know well, like your hometown, and work with it throughout the 4 weeks. You'll be writing memos about the results of your investigations. These will look like just what you would have produced in a professional setting. The class takes place over 4 weeks, starting March 4th. As a student in the class, you will turn to the toolboxes we have developed, and they were built with support from the Ford Foundation. The original developer of this toolbox was a student named Tracy Farragon, and the programming was completed by Scott Wood and his team at West Arrett. Eric Schulteis developed the recent data update, Rob Goodspeed built the wealth creation tool, and Lee-Chuvala created the demographic and population projection tool. The class is designed for us to meet and work through the use of the tool on day 1, and on day 2 you'll talk about the interpretation and reveal tricks of the trade which we learned from using the tool. Now, what we ask you to do. After watching this video, please take a look at the material on the Stellar site. If you're not registered for the class, don't worry, the material is available to everyone to use. As I conclude, I will briefly touch on what we're going to learn in the 4-day intensive course. The structure of the course is: first day we meet and we work on our analysis and learning of the tool, and on the second day we will talk about the analysis and answer questions. On the night before class, students are expected to read the materials and look over the website. We will come to class and familiarize ourselves with the tools and use them to perform our analysis. On the second day, you will have reread the material that we posted, look at the assignment, and review your original work and come to class to talk about the findings. We will discuss data access, interpretation, scale, calculations, graphics, and tricks of the trade and rules of thumb in the use of the tools. By the end of the second class each week, you should feel prepared to use the tools successfully. To give you a sense of what we're going to do, there's 4 weeks. The first week we're going to look at local economic indicators and analysis. That'll give us a chance to look at historical employment growth, location quotients, and shift share. Those are 3 ways that we observe how a local economy works. In the second week we'll look at demographic analysis and cohort projection methods. This is the only way you're going to be able to know the role that population plays in a local community context. In the third week, we look at a cost of living estimator that'll give you a sense for the extent to which you are working in a place which is high or a low cost location, and you'll also have the ability to examine the types of occupations in a local community that pay at least a living wage. We'll talk about how a calculation like that is made, and we'll also give you some insights as to how you can update the calculations so that it looks very much like what's going on in the community you're studying. Finally, we're going to turn to asset-based development. This is an idea that has some currency, and we are building a tool to give you a chance to look for yourself what it would be like if you were asking the question, what assets does a community have to actually form the basis of some type of development strategy. So with that, we hope to see you on Monday and Tuesday of this week, and we'll begin our experimental class. Enjoy yourselves.